Hello and welcome to a new video on my channel. This time it's about the connection of the Sauna Control STG2100F. This control unit belongs to the sauna, in this case a Caribou sauna, and during the installation, or in preparing for the construction of our sauna, I noticed that there are relatively few videos explaining how to use this control unit specifically, or how to connect it at all. The control unit visible in the picture, the Sauna Control STG2100F, is operated via a high voltage connection and has a power output that is sufficient for a 9 kW sauna stove. What you can already clearly see in the picture on the left side is a separate switch, and I will show you how it looks inside shortly. For this, we simply remove the cover. This is relatively easy. I have already prepared this. It is just clipped in, and you can then see a large circuit board, on which the 3 LED fields are visible. The push buttons that control the turning on, turning off, increasing, lowering, and so on. And at the bottom, the terminal block for connections. The cover is off. I adjusted the camera perspective a bit to better show where and how the individual cables are connected. However, before I continue, a very important note. Definitely remove the fuse, and in general, the work here should only be carried out by a qualified person, ideally an electrician. All the cables I have used are so-called silicone cables. This means that the conversion has been made with silicone material. The heat resistance is significantly higher than that of conventional NIM cables, for example. And uses have been found for connecting the control unit, and then, of course, from the control unit to the stove, a cable with 2.5 mm2, and for connecting the sauna lamp, another cable with 1.5 square millimeters. And when we look at the whole thing now, it seems relatively chaotic at first glance, but with a little reading and getting into it, it's really not as complicated as one might think. Let's start on the far left. These are the two cables, the blue cable and the brown cable. Brown represents the phase, and blue represents the neutral conductor. My sauna lamp is connected at this terminal, and this cable, which is 1.5 square millimeters, is directly connected here, going through this conduit down here into the cavity located behind this Caribou sauna. A cable channel is installed at this walkway. From there the cable goes over the sauna roof and is then directly reintroduced through the wall at the back, where I have connected the sauna lamp. The special thing here is that I can vary the strength, the current, that is supplied to the lamp using the plus and minus buttons. This means that I can adjust the light brightness on this control device from 10% to 100% up and down. Now let's jump to the right side. Here you will find two cables that are connected to the sensors for temperature measurement. This sauna model operates with two sensors. One sensor, which has two wires, is installed directly above the sauna, and the other sensor is connected on the opposite wall with 3 cables. I don't think I need to say much about the connection itself, because both on the circuit board, as you can see down here, and on the sensors, the color coding is provided. This means that you connect the cable to the terminal with the corresponding color, and you can't really go wrong. It gets significantly more interesting with the thicker cables that we see here. 2001, which means the phase 3 times, then the neutral wire in blue, the neutral wire on the left side, here, 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 and here, is the connection that goes from the fuse into the control unit. Here, the conductors are individually clamped. The protective conductor is then located here at the bottom, connected via a large terminal, and then the phases, as they come from the fuse, are connected to the first 3 blocks, and then the neutral conductor is connected at the back in this block. On the right, there are 4 connections, including the 5th, the protective conductor, which go from the control unit through the wall, down through the cable channel, to be connected to the sauna stove. Here is a marking present, which means that the neutral wire N is connected at point N, although it is not very clearly visible in the image. Then come the individual phases, which are numbered here on this circuit board, with the letters W, V, and U, and this sequence of letters can also be found on the connection terminal of the sauna stove. That means you simply take the specifications, the letters, as they are now in the control unit, and connect the colors accordingly. Connect the cables according to the colors to the 2021 sauna heater, as it has already been done here in the control unit. After all the cables have been carefully and securely connected, including the lamp to the sensor cables in the interior, the oven to the rear cable ends, and of course the supply line to the fuse, it is advisable to perform a test run to ensure everything is functioning correctly. That means we turn on the module on the left side, start the device, and simply test whether the oven gets warm, whether the heating coils heat up, and whether they glow red. If that is the case, then we are already done. So, I have already secured the cover again. It just clips in. And to briefly explain the model to you, I will turn it on the left side. You see, the area of the lamp, the area of the sauna stove, and the area of the temperature control. The sauna stove itself is blinking primarily. I can now enter a start preset time directly using the plus or minus buttons. That means I can set it to 10 minutes, 50 or 60 minutes, and then the oven should start automatically. Now I can of course also say that I want the oven to start immediately. In that case, I press both at the same time. And you see, a control LED has turned on, both for the oven, which is now running, and simultaneously for the temperature control. Currently, I have 20 degrees in the sauna. I press the plus button once, and it shows me that 100 degrees is the desired temperature. I can increase it up to 110 degrees, but that's the limit for this model. If I press plus again, it drops back down to 0 degrees, and I start the rhythm from the beginning, and you can see that the control LED is turned off, because the temperature here in the room is currently higher than my desired temperature. 30 degrees, 5 and 30. The sauna should be nice and warm, which is why we are increasing it again to 100 degrees. On the far left is the control for the lighting. And what is noticeable is that when I press the plus button now, nothing happens. Instead, with the first click, I take over the control of the individual elements in the control unit. In the case of the lighting element U-sand, currently at 0, I press it once, the lamp lights up, it blinks, waiting for my signal, I press the plus. The control LED is on, 10% light intensity, 20%, 30, 40, 50, and so on. I can increase the light intensity up to 100%. What I noticed in this model is that the light flickers at around 50% to 60%. From 60% upwards, it is no longer visible. I have installed an oven tube, so the lamp from the oven should withstand up to 300 degrees. But I still don't really know why this flickering occurs. Inside the sauna, it now looks like this. The light intensity of the lamp at 100%. And if I just lower it down, for example, at 50%, it looks a little bit more atmospheric here in the sauna, in this environment. Of course, I can lower it even further down to 10%, for example, if desired. Where only this small flickering area is visible. The sauna oven itself can now be seen here, and it is still running. You can already see the individual stones at the bottom. I can't film the temperature itself, of course, but everything is nice and warm. And those who want to build a sauna themselves may wonder what materials they need. I connected it myself using an oven connection box. From here, the 2.5 square silicone cable, specifically 5x 2.5, runs over the ceiling of the sauna to the other side where the cable channel is located. Here on the other side, the cable runs into the cable channel, down through the cable channel, in the interior wall, to the control unit. That concludes my short explanatory video on connecting the control unit to the sauna, and with that, see you next time.